So what we'll be making today is we're going to make some classic scalloped potatoes, and what you'll need for that is 1/4 of a cup of butter, which we have there, the 3 cloves of garlic, which we have there, and we're going to mince that. We're going to use 1/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour, which I have over there, and as well as a tablespoon of thyme and 3/4 of a tablespoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, 2½ cups of milk, as well as 6 or 7 potatoes and some onions, and we have that as well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to wash the potatoes and we're going to slice them, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to set the temperature to medium heat, and then we're going to melt some butter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the 1/4 of a cup of butter in there, and I'm going to heat it up on the medium heat. And then once that's melted, I'm going to add in the garlic. So we're just going to wait for that to melt. So I'll just bring you back when that's melted. So as you can see, the butter is melted, so we're just going to put in the garlic. And then we're going to cook that for about a minute. So I'm just going to fry that up, and I'll take you to the next step. So as you can see, the garlic's been cooking for about a minute, so we're just going to add in our thyme now, which is the 1 tablespoon. And we're going to add in our 1/4 of a cup of flour. I'm going to mix that up. And what we're going to do after we add that is we're going to add in the salt and the pepper as well, and we're going to cook for 1 minute. So I'm just going to grab the salt and pepper. I'm just going to add in the 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and as well as the half a teaspoon of pepper. And then we're going to add in the milk. We're going to whisk that in. So we're going to put the milk in there now. We have 2 cups right here. And we're going to add it in gradually. I'm going to whisk it in together. Add some more in. And you're going to end up adding 2½ cups in. And you're going to cook it till probably about 8 minutes. And it'll thicken as it goes. So I'm just going to cook it for the 8 minutes and continue to add it in. And I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. So this is what it's going to look like when you take it off in the 8 minutes. So I'm going to take it off now. And I have the potatoes all sliced and ready to go. So we're just going to move to that step. For these, I'm going to preheat the oven to 350. So what we're going to do now is we're going to grease that casserole dish for it doesn't stick. And I have some lard here, a little piece of wax paper. And we're just going to rub the bottom. And the sides is good too. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the potatoes that we have and we're just going to layer them. And we're going to cover the whole bottom with them. And then we're going to put a layer of onions. And then we're going to repeat until we get to the end of the potatoes. Now some people like them with the skins on, some people like them with it off. Now I'm actually going to do a layer of with the skins off and a layer with the skins on, because I just like the skins. So there's my layer of skins. So I'm just going to get an onion, cut the onion and put the onion in, and I'll fast forward to where we're about to put the sauce in. So we're going to add in our sauce now. it's nice and hot, so once we add it in, we're going to make sure it's covering it all, and then we're going to cover it up and cook it for an hour. So I'm just going to skip to the part where we put it in the oven. So once you have it covering all the potatoes and onions, this is what it will look like. So we're just going to wrap it up in some foil, and we're going to put it in the oven and bake it at 350 for an hour. Timer went off, so it's been baking for an hour. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the foil off, put it back in, and we're going to bake it for another half hour. I'm just going to show you what it looks like at this step. And as you can see, it's starting to look beautiful. I just took the potatoes out of the oven, and this is what they look like once they're taken out. And I'm just going to get a fork and show you what they look like once you open it up. And as you can see, they're soft. As soon as you touch them with a fork, they fall apart, so they're perfectly done. So thanks, and watch and subscribe.